Welcome back. We are going to now turn back to Ev to answer the question that I'd asked before. At what point might broadband, high-capacity broadband that is, become the kind of infrastructure that is comparable to railroads, canals, electricity, where government involvement in partnership with the private sector is what is necessary to take us to the next level?
Look, well, certainly not now, and I say that for two reasons. First, private capital was not prepared to build without government help, and in fact, as it has in the case of broadband, often in the face of government interference, the networks that we're talking about. Credit Mobilier was involved in the railroads and the grant administration because there was no alternative, and the same thing was true for canals.
But more, isn't that Jim's point?
What?
Isn't that Jim's point, public-private partnerships?
No, no, no. I think the point is that if the private money is doing it, as has been the policy of the of administrations of both stripes going back to the late 1990s, you let them do that. But more important, let's go back to the remarkable presentation we just heard from Mesh Networks about this net profit product, which I enjoyed hearing immensely. The difference between that and a canal is that a canal is a commodity. And the question reflects Susan's fundamental belief that networks ought to be commoditized, and that's a bad idea. It's anti-growth, it's anti-innovation. Networks are very sophisticated sets of infrastructure that require active management that shouldn't be commoditized the way that canal traffic or rail traffic is in fact a commodity. What we continually hear out of these advocates is that we ought to have something that I think Susan and the late Ted Stevens would agree are a series of dumb pipes. And we don't want a dumb pipe network. We want a network that's sophisticated, that's elegant, that has the ability to be improved through engineering and optimization. And that makes it fundamentally unlike a canal, a railroad, or an interstate highway, and more like the kind of activity where companies ought to be involved and ought to be taking the lead and subjecting themselves to the discipline of the marketplace.